Okay, I think we are live. Let's take a quick look. This is not going to be a really exciting video, but I figured I'm sitting here and I'm planting some seeds, so I might as well go live and record it at the same time. And let's see. Don't know if I am live. Let's check. Just going on YouTube to check if I am. Let's see. It doesn't tell me. What does it show? I'm on StreamYard and I don't normally use this to go live. I normally just record. Oh well, whatever. I'm going to keep going. So I figured I would come on here and show you some of the seeds that I am planting this year. I went online and I found these little trays. And they have two, it's very hard to see. Can you see a little better now? There's 6 little tubs in each. And then there's 2 trays, 6 tubs in each tray. And then they go in there. And they've got a little thing to go on top. I thought that these were really way better than the ones I had last year. Because the ones I had last year had way too many in the tray. Which meant I was carrying more plants than I was going to be able to plant outside on a single day back and forth in my car. The community garden I have a plot at is 3 miles away. So these, I was thinking these are really good size, and they've got the lid on them so that they'll be a little greenhouse. They will fit on my window ledge. I have a really big window and one big window ledge. So that's what we're doing. I also went slightly overboard. I completely forgot. I completely forgot that I had bought this Pea Lovers variety pack that has 6 different types of peas in it. And so I did buy some more at Home Depot the other day. I'm not going to use those. I will save those for whenever, next year. So we are going to, I'm going to try some tomatoes this year. I'm also going to do some tomatillos. I'm going to then in the same, so I'm going to do 3 of each of these. Probably put like 2 or 3 in each pot and then just save or pluck out the smaller ones and plant the hardiest ones. And then in the other 6, I'm going to plant a bunch of these 2 types of onions. They can grow, and then when you plant them, you can separate them and plant them as you go. Also, I am a novice gardener, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. But I think I'm starting these things a little bit late because I didn't decide to actually get a garden plot right away. But that's okay. I also will show you the seeds that I am going to plant outside. Ooh, the tomatillo seeds are just, I don't know if you can see them. And yes, I am wearing gloves because I really hate getting dirt under my nails. And that's okay. Okay, so I'm just going to plant a few of these in each. Ooh, those 2 are really close together. That was probably more than I needed. Now these are all organic, heirloom, which means technically I should be able to save seeds from all of the seeds that I do have. The only ones I saved some watermelon, and I did save peas for a couple years there. The past 2 years. But not sure. When I tried to grow some of the peas last year from the ones I had saved, some of them really just didn't grow. Some of them grew okay. And then the fiasco last year, if anyone remembers this, was I planted them and they were doing great. And then I went away to England to visit family, to meet my niece. It was wonderful. And I got home and there was literally one little pea stem about 2 inches tall with 2 tiny leaves on, and the rest had been eaten by the rabbits. And that was probably my own fault. There was no fence up at the time, and it was a little bit earlier in the year than the ones I had planted the year before. It was like April when I had planted them out, I think, or very early May. And there was really nothing else height-wise. Like, it was just a plain grass field, and then there were these beautiful little peas sticking up, and the bunnies were like, let me go check those out. So they ate them all. So I had to plant more, and I had used up the saved peas from the previous year. So let's see. So these are the Roma tomatoes. My dad grows tomatoes like every year. He absolutely loves tomatoes. I'm not a huge fan of tomatoes, but I do like Roma tomatoes, and I like them on like BLTs. A BLT on whole wheat toast with some mayo. Cannot go wrong with that, in my opinion. I actually had a turkey club from a local restaurant. They make their own bread. It's like a bakery and restaurant that's in town, and they were so good. And that is what I wanted after I got out of the gym this evening. So that is what I got. This is my life. So exciting. Planting seeds, going to walk on the treadmill, and then literally the highlight of my day was getting a sandwich from this restaurant. I don't normally go to that restaurant. It's the other side of town. And when I go there and then you buy the donuts and the other stuff and you're like, I should not be eating all of this stuff. I find it easier if I just avoid going there and then I don't buy all the stuff that they do. All right. These are just sweet Spanish yellow Utah jumbo onions. So we are going to try, I don't know if you can see them. I'm not doing a very good job. Ooh, these are big seeds. These are pretty good. These are going to be easier to handle. I don't really know how many to plant. I do want to plant quite a few. Last year, for those who remember or go and watch that video, a local, he actually does still work at the sheriff's office, I think. But he used to be a sheriff, and now I think he like volunteers or something. He had come along and he was rototilling his plots that he had, and he ended up rototilling like the last third to maybe, it was just shy of half. I'd done more than half of the plot by hand, turning it all over. But he also, like a couple weeks later, he gave me a bunch of onions that he had started that he didn't have room for. I am overloading these pots with the onions. He had apparently, what it looked like is he had basically had one pot and just put a ton of seeds in. And then when they're ready to plant out, you gently pull them apart. So I do not know if I am doing the right thing here, but I just put, I don't know, 20 to 30 seeds in these 3 little tubs. They should be able to be planted out pretty quickly after they are sprouted, right? I'll let them grow for a couple, I don't know, a day or two. I also have a tub of soil that I can put more soil over the top. These are the onions that I've grown myself a couple years in a row, and they are quite tasty. They end up having larger white bulbs at the bottom, but they are technically either bunching or spring onions, whichever one you want to call them. So I'm going to grow more of these. I'm going to put more of these into 3 pots. I don't want to fill up. I don't want to use all of my trays. I think I have 5 trays I'm going to use because I'm going to do a lot of pea plants because I have so much more area this year. I have like 60 foot by 10 foot instead of 24 by 10 foot. I don't know if I'm going to do corn. I could still decide to do some and plant that out there because that's just direct sow. But I'm going to give the acorn squash plants more room, and I'm going to do way more peas. I'm obviously doing more onions. I'm going to try the tomatillos. I'm not going to try broccoli this year. It did grow last year, but then I missed the window to harvest it before it started flowering and went kind of crazy. And so then I kind of left it just as butterflies were swarming to it. They absolutely loved it. So I don't know if I just put some in with the other onions. But that is a lot of seeds, so we will see how those grow. I'm probably doing this completely all wrong. That is okay. This is okay. All right, let's put a lid on that one so I know that is the one I did. Oh, what am I meant to do with these? There weren't instructions. There's 10 of them, so it looks like I'm meant to put one in each thing. I don't know. Oh, are they meant to go on the top? I wonder if they're meant to go on the top. Get another lid out here. I wonder if they are meant to go here. Yeah, I think that's where they're meant to go. You pop them in on the top, it looks like, and then you can like close and open it. I think that's what it's doing. Doesn't seem to seal very well. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's what it is. So when you turn it, that's with the holes open, and then if you close it, now it's sealed up. Okay, I am going to put the little thing of red so that I know that this one is the tomatoes. It's pretty easy to tell what they are once they start growing. But there's one. Oh, I should put some more soil on the top of them, shouldn't I? I have this little tub with extra soil in because I didn't want to run back and forth to the kitchen, and I didn't want to actually film in my kitchen because it's tiny and not very comfortable to be in. So that is why. Let's just put a little bit more over all of these. This is such a thrilling Wednesday night. Yeah, I know. Okay, so that is that one. Now, okay, let me put that back on there. I just made a mess completely. The lid does not actually clip on, so that's a little bit concerning. But that's okay. All right, let's see what we've got here. Got a very dirty paper towel. Okay. Clean up a little bit of that. All right, I am not going to label which ones are which for the peas. I didn't think this one through completely. Oh, these labels, they have it on the top, so maybe I'll just use that. So I'm going to do 6 of each of these and hope for the best. I do love a pea. I don't know, some people do not like peas at all, and they're almost certainly my top favorite vegetable, for sure. All right. I got too many out from this one. I am going to tuck this under the side of the tray, and that way I know what that one is. I don't think I need to add more soil on this. I think I have enough to just cover them. I did think these little things were a little bigger. The actual like individual wells, but they're not that. I'm gonna get a little bit more for this one. Let's cover that one. Okay. These are going to be fine. I got to get them planted out pretty quickly because we normally get like a heat wave in June. And I want these in the ground and rooted, hopefully, before the heat wave hits. So if they take 7 to 10 days to germinate plus, another week, that's really the end of May. So if I can get them in the ground before June starts, hopefully it's not going to be too hot. They should have a really good chance of taking root. This one is the tall sugar snap pea. I don't know what tall means. Like, does it just mean that the peas are longer, or does it mean the plant is going to get really, really wide, long, tall, high? I'm going to do, last year I bought 2 stakes and a pea net. So I had put that in and it was only 6 feet across and the net is 8 feet. So I can do it full 8 feet this time. And then I'll either buy 1 or 2 more nets and then the appropriate stakes to ensure I can plant all of these and they have enough room to grow and don't choke the other plants around them. So the pea tendrils that climb and hold onto the netting, if it gets around the other plant, it can choke off that stem. And then depending on where it is around the other plant, if it's really low on the plant, the whole plant ends up dying. Survival of the fittest kind of thing. Okay, so that is that tray. Okay, come on, hurry up. There we go. I'm going to put a little bit more in this one. Well, let's get those in there. Okay, I'm going to deal with the lid afterwards. I cannot see what just happened. Something just moved. Okay, moving on. Oh, I am making a massive mess. I really wish I had an outdoor space to do some of this because it is messy. These are Cascadia. This was actually the same as one of the other ones I bought. I had just bought a Sugar Snap and then I think it was Sweet Anne and then Cascadia. Oh no, I have Sweet Anne in this pack. But I got this Cascadia, so I'm going to use these because I'm just going to use all the ones from this thing. I had looked at it on Amazon and then I didn't see it in my cart and I was like, oh, did I not buy it? Or why isn't it there? Is it not available anymore? So I was like, well, I'll just go to Home Depot because I have to buy things like marigold seeds. And then, yeah, I came home with my new seed packets and went to put them away and realized I had bought this 6-pack already like a month ago and completely forgotten about it in how busy I have been with work and just other stuff. So mainly work. Where is the little, I'll just take the tab. I did this thing about not quite a week ago. I took all of my seeds. I realized my apartment stays really, really warm the entire year, and seeds are meant to get overwintered. They get frozen essentially, and that can help indicate that they now, when they warm up, now they're meant to sprout. So I went ahead and put all of the seeds that I have in my fridge for several days. It's not quite over winter cold kind, but we'll see if that helps at all because like some of the seeds I've tried growing before. This is not coming off. I'm just going to have to use half of it. These are mammoth melting snow peas. So these look like they're a lot thinner. They don't really have, you wouldn't really shell these. I don't shell any of the sugar snap peas I eat. Yeah, so we'll see. So like beets, parsnips, I've had really bad luck with them and I couldn't really figure out why. And then I was thinking about it and I was talking to my dad about it and he sort of kind of confirmed it. He's like, yeah, you should just keep them in the fridge or something and make them cold. So I tried that. So I might plant some beets and some parsnips again this year just to see if they'll grow, but I have had zero luck the past 2 years that I have tried growing them. So we will see. This is probably the most boring video. So if you are watching it and you've made it this far, props to you, because well done. All right, I do have a couple more that need to be done, but I am going to show you the ones I'm going to sow outside. So I bought a new carrots. I've have some carrots that I've grown and different types of carrots, they taste different. So I was like, well, I'll try a different one. So this is called Tender Sweet. So I was like, well, I've got 2 different types. I've grown this type before, but not from this Gardener's Basics. It came in a package of like 36 different seed things. I also bought leeks, so those will be direct sow outside because we are past the last frost. Not first frost, last frost. And then the last thing I do have the squash seeds. They're outside in my car, so those will be outside direct sow. And then I bought 3 different types of marigolds. So I don't know if you know marigolds, but they absolutely stink. They are not roses, right? Roses smell good, lilacs smell good, things like that. Marigolds do not smell very good. They are extremely pungent. And one of the organic gardening tips is to plant very pungent things around your garden beds because the smell of these should mask the sweet smell of the peas and the other things that you have in there. They're meant to be really good for companion planting, especially with tomatoes. So, but also it said for squash, it should be good. I do have chives that I didn't sow last year, but I'm going to put those in direct sow this year outdoors. And then I also bought oregano, but I'm just going to do a plant pot on my front step and just fill it in with seeds. So oregano is one of my favorite herbs and spices. Oregano and cumin are probably, outside of garlic and onion powder, are the 2 I use the most. So that is, yeah, just 2 more things to go. I do have 1 extra seed tray that I planted, so I might actually do some extra. I might do some of the peas that I did last year because I do know those are good. Oh, hey, I see I have 1 live viewer. I have to start this weekend. I have to get the fence up, which is going to be, I was going to do it this past weekend and I did not feel good and it wasn't really that great out, so I didn't go do it. But once I get that up, and then I can start working on the part that's not going to be in the fence, where I'm going to have all the squash plants and just give them 20 feet of room to take over and be insane. And I'm going to plant the marigolds around that section as well. The fence should keep a lot of like the bunnies and the gophers and stuff out. But marigolds are also meant to help keep the squash bugs away from the squash. And that was what killed my squash and my pumpkin plants last year, was they got infested by the, let's see, the burrowing squash bug or something. And it burrows in to the stalk and plants its eggs. And then when they, grow and eat their way out, it kills the stalk, which everything after that part obviously dies because the stalk doesn't have the nutrients going. So gonna be interesting. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do corn. Last year was tough. There was a lot of just bugs, and there was a lot of, it seemed like, mold and stuff. It didn't really, it looked good when I harvested it, but it didn't really taste as sweet as I think it should have. And I don't know if that's because it got pollinated by the copious amounts of not sweet corn that's planted here in Iowa. Literally less than half a mile of open field. There's just fields upon fields of that mass planted corn from where this garden plot is. So I probably have enough room to do it, but we'll see. We will see. All right, this is the Sugar Ann. I bought a package of 6 different types of peas. And so I'm planting 6 of each type. And we'll see how many actually grow. I gotta cover these with more soil. I didn't put enough in. Here we go. This is probably one of the most boring streams, so don't feel like you have to go back and watch it. I just figured I'm sitting here and doing nothing, and I'm looking down at the plant pots more than at the screen. Okay. All right, so that is, I have one more thing that I filled with soil. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do these, the 12 that I did last year, because I know I like them and I know they grow really well. So that means I'm going to have 48 pea plants if they all grow. It's not showing me. It's not showing me this one. Oh, there's probably more than 6 kinds. But the ones I have, this is Oregon Giant, Tall Sugar, Mammoth Melting. This is just the plain Sugar Snap. Cascadia Snap Pea. And then this was the Sugar Ann. Oh, I need to put that. I need to rip this off so I know which types are which. We'll see if I actually do something when I plant them outside and remember. And then this is the one I had last year, which is called the Sugar Daddy, Heirloom Organic Sugar Daddy. And they were very tasty. I don't remember what the one I had the year before was. I think it was just a plain snap pea. I mean, I don't really think you could go wrong with any of them, so. Okay, I got 12. I need 12. Okay, it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I tipped out 13, but I've just dropped one, so 12 it is. Perfect. All right. I don't think I have a label for this one. I'll have to make one. Let's see. I am going to finish these up. I'm going to put lids on all of them and get them into my big bay window. I need to put some extra soil on this one. I didn't put enough in. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if people should take my advice on gardening. I don't know if I'm very good at it. But you know what? It gets me out of my house. It gives me something to do. It's kind of fun. It's kind of relaxing to just sit there and like make sense out of chaos almost, I guess is the way to say it. Okay, I can take the gloves off for now. Okay. All right, I am going to get these all lidded up and onto my window ledge. And if anyone does end up watching this entire stream, thank you. Hope you have a great day. And I will keep you all informed of how the garden goes. All right, have a good night.